good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, I had a voice radio, and today, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring you the news. It's that time again. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there. None of it is detailed enough to deserve its own video, but again, I need to keep you guys fully informed on everything, and a lot of this is pretty gosh darn exciting, especially if you like shiny cards or want to run tournaments in your own homes. Not making sense? That's alright, ladies and gentlemen. I will take you through it. So first of all, the official Pokemon Twitter site over in Japan has shown us full arts of a couple of cards that are going to be coming in Dragonstorm. We know that we are getting full art Blaine, and we are getting full art Zinnia. This is pretty gosh darn tasty. First of all, these are beautiful cards. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? But second of all, these are interesting cards because they're actually, as far as I'm concerned at least, both rather playable. Zinnia can only be used if you had a Pokemon KO'd the previous turn, but it allows you to attach 2 basic energy cards from your hand to one of your dragon Pokemon. Our translations come, as they have lately, from limitlesstcg.com. And this is really good in a dragon deck, especially given that these dragon decks often tend to have, to put it politely, somewhat awkward energy costs. I've made no secret of my love for Dragonite GX. I'm a big fan of it, and something like Zinnia is going to really help to get those 4 energy you need for the big attack, along with, of course, double colourless energy. As for Blaine, again, it's not the easiest card ever to use. It can only be used if it is the only card in your hand at the time. Think something like the old Archies and Maxies cards from Primal Clash, and it makes me feel old to call those cards old. And you get to draw 2 cards for every fire Pokemon you have in play. Now, given that Professor Sycamore says discard your whole hand and draw 7, and that's been a 4 of in most decks for many, many years since it came out as Professor Juniper, and again, being, into the game quite heavily when Juniper was first released, makes me feel old. The fact that 4 fire Pokemon you're drawing 8 cards, and you can have up to 6 fire Pokemon in play at once, means you really can take advantage of this in fire decks in terms of drawing many, 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 many cards. Both Zinnia and Blaine are going to be good cards moving forward. I expect them both to see a lot of play, and if you're into these full art kind of cards, if you like making your deck all pretty and such, well, good news. And while we're on pretty things, how about the rest of the secret rares which are coming out from Dragonstorm? There were a bunch of people, myself included, that were kind of crossing fingers and just about hoping that Double Dragon Energy may make a reappearance as a secret rare, since that it was not in the set proper. Our hopes have been well and truly dashed because the secret rares have been revealed in Japan and Double Dragon Energy is not amongst them. We are getting rainbow rares of all 4 of the GXs in the set, which shouldn't be terribly surprising. We tend to get rainbow rares. You can see on the screen here pictures of Reshiram, Kingdra, and White Kyurem coming from the lovely Autobot Tesla on Twitter. And here's a picture of Dragonite that we went and got from PokeBeach.com. In terms of the secret rares, it's just the kind of new items we're getting. Here is a picture of Flint. Flint's quite good. You got to discard 2 cards from your hand, but you search for 4 basic fire energy. In decks like Volcanion, for instance, that want to discard that energy to use Steam Up, something like Flint is going to really, really come in handy, and I expect it to see quite a lot of play, to be perfectly honest with you. We're also getting secret rares of Dragonclaw, which is, it's a fun little tool card that says if your opponent attacks you, they take 3 damage counters. That's kind of fun. And Switching Raft, I should say that Dragonclaw's only for Dragon Pokemon. Switching Raft is for Water Pokemon. You switch your Water Pokemon that's in the active to one of your bench that doesn't have to be a Water Pokemon, and then you heal 30 damage from said Water Pokemon. For somebody like me that just wants to play the game and really does not have the money or patience for completely blinging out their deck, these secret rares are fairly unexciting because they're just secret rare versions of cards we're getting in the set anyway. I like the fact that the fancy new cards are the ones coming as secret rares. That kind of fills my heart with joy. But honestly, for people like me, it's not a huge thing. But I know that there are many people out there, probably a bunch of you watching, and if it is you, pop down in the comment section, say hello and all of that do like to bling out their decks and have shiny golden versions of these cards. If you're that kind of person, this is wonderful, wonderful news. So essentially, this news is either wonderful and amazing, or cool. But the next two bits of news are very, very good for anybody that is in the mood, shall we say, for running tournaments at home, or just kind of getting cool new products. First of all, eBay listings have started to pop up for a basic energy box, and thank you to the lovely people. There were a few of you that got in touch to tell me this was starting to be listed on eBay, and essentially it just gives you 450 basic energy cards. Is that a bit of a random number? No. No, it's not, ladies and gentlemen, because there are 9 different types of basic energy at the moment. And if you want to see what the 9 different types are, tell you what, I'll put all 3 unit energies on the screen at the moment so you can see all 9 of the energy symbols on there. That seems like a fairly easy way to do things. So it's quite nice, you're getting 50 of each. Obviously, there's no basic dragon here, although dragon is a type at the moment. It's not something that we actually have, unfortunately. There is no such thing as basic dragon energy. So as it stands at the moment, it's kind of, it's cool. But no, ladies and gentlemen, it's not something we're going to be having anytime soon. Few of you have got in touch, what if we had a basic dragon energy that was essentially a basic energy that could be anything when attached to a dragon, just for dragon, because they've got such awkward attack costs. Take, for instance, Como OGX. I like the idea, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. That's why we need a double dragon energy back, but we're not getting it, and there's basically nothing we can do about it. This basic energy box is, again, it's not for me. I've been playing this game for 9 years now, and I've got a giant stock of lots of basic energy to the point where I've made it, you know, my business, when I'm at League, etc., to give out basic energy to newer players to help them make decks. But if you are a new player, or you're running a league, for instance, and you just want to get a whole bunch of basic energy, this is an absolutely fantastic way to do so. If you head over to eBay, now, unfortunately, none of them are really shipping to the UK at the moment, but they're all costing like £10 to £15. Again, these aren't based in the UK, but if you're in the US, then you can get them, you know, fairly cheaply. If you're a long-term player, this isn't going to be terribly exciting to you. But if you run a league, or you've got a couple of kids that have just started playing, and you really want enough of every basic energy to make 3 or 4 of any kind of deck you want, this, ladies and gentlemen, is right up your alley. And the final piece of news this week, I'm a little bit torn as to how much I like this. It's being reported by PokerBeach.com that pre-release kits are going to be sold in places like GameStop. Now, they're going to be called build and battle kits, but if you look at them, they're clearly pre-release kits. And you're going to be getting 1 of 4 alternate art promos like you get with a pre-release kit. You're going to be getting a 23 card evolution line, which of course you can use to make decks, and you're going to be getting 4 booster packs. So you could go and buy 4 of these, and 1 of these energy boxes, boom, 4-person pre-release. 6 of these, 1 of these energy boxes, boom, 6-person pre-release. You can run them in your own home. Now, I think this is very, very good and very, very bad. The very, very good thing, you can run draft tournaments at home very, very easily. If you think about the Dragon Ball Super, and I am covering this moderately extensively over on Wassy Plays at the moment, make sure you check that out and go and subscribe. But they're running draft boxes, and when you get a draft box, you get 1 of 4 leaders and 4 copies of it. So you need a leader to run the game, and you get kind of 24 boosters. So you do a draft tournament where everybody has the same leader, 4 people, buy this box between them, you have a draft tournament. And Pokemon are doing something now where they can do this as well, and that's great. It means we can run these tournaments at home. What could possibly be bad? Well, there's a bunch of people that go to pre-releases to get the stuff, to get the promo, and to get these packs, and you don't get that if you just go and buy it from GameStop. Now, there's still two giant reasons why we would go to pre-release tournaments instead. Number one, for the social aspect, to meet people, to make friends, to be chill, etc. And reason number two, these kits, the build and battle kits, are coming out the day the set is released. Pre-releases come out early. So there's still reasons to go to a pre-release, but I'm going to be very interested to see over the next couple of sets, when these build and battle kits are out and we know they're coming, how many people are choosing to just get these rather than actually going out to pre-releases. I hope very few. I hope it's just people run extra stuff instead. But there is a slight worry here. But as always, tell me what you think. Are you tempted to stop going to pre-releases because of these? Or do you think these are extra things for people that aren't going to pre-releases anyway? Let me know in the comment section. Go nuts, but be nice. And do give me your opinion on all of the stories today. That would be lovely. Do make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wassy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. And I am going to be doing a live stream at 7 p.m. UK time today, so if you are watching this video fairly early on in its run, great news. And if you want to support the channel and get some bonus podcasts, and I think you should, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.